Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a really easy recipe. It's just a simple broccoli soup. It's using minimal ingredients, so just potatoes, broccoli. You're going to have your broth, which I use a concentrated broth. I'll show you in the video what I use. And you can use whatever you have on hand. It's not a big deal. Just throw in broth because that will add intense flavor and that's what you want. And then just water. And I use the Instapot. You can use a regular pot. Don't stress if you don't have an Instapot, no big deal. It'll just take you a little bit longer. So you can eat this soup if you are on the Starch Solution diet because it's got minimal ingredients, it's oil-free, it's, broccoli and your potatoes and water, very simple ingredients, and that's what we do. We get back down to basics with the Starch Solution way of eating, and we have a starch that will keep you really full for a long time, and then you're pounding in a lot of veggies, and I have a lot of broccoli in this recipe. I use two 500-gram bags of frozen broccoli. You can use less if you want to, but I like to add as much broccoli as I can into the recipe, and that way, I'm lowering the calorie density of the overall soup. So thanks again for being here. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Comment down below if you're a new subscriber. That way I can say hello to you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and that way you don't miss any upcoming easy recipes or wellness videos. I will add the link to the Starch Solution book if you wanted to read it, and also Dr. McDougall's website for further information. And if you go back into some of my old videos, you will find extra information about the Starch Solution diet if you're interested. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a very easy recipe. It's just a very simple broccoli soup that is super healthy and will keep you on track. And if you are on the Starch Solution, this is Starch Solution Friendly as well. And the Starch Solution, if you're not aware of, is just a diet that Dr. McDougall created and a style of eating and lifestyle. So the broccoli that I'm showing you is just a frozen broccoli that we sometimes get. It's really handy to have at home. And I'm just using two of those bags, and they're 500 grams each. I do like to add a lot of broccoli to my soup, but you can add less if you want to, but that's what I used and I think it worked perfect. So I always keep potatoes that are cooked in the fridge in a large Ziploc bag or container, and that way I have, and it's just so much easier when I want to cook. So I've got two large potatoes that are already pre-cooked. I cook them in the pressure cooker, but you can cook them however you like and just keep them cooked in your fridge. That way it's easy to grab when you need it. And I'm just chopping it up, nothing fancy. I'm not dicing it super small either, just in pieces. So I'm just tossing all those potatoes into my Instapot. If you don't have an Instapot, not a big deal. Just use a regular pot and, it'll just take a little bit longer to cook, that's all. So I'm also adding in my broccoli, and then I'm gonna add in my seasonings. If I had a fresh garlic, I would definitely do that first. I would saute the fresh garlic in just a little bit of water, and that would give such a wonderful flavor, but I ran out, so I'm just gonna have to use garlic powder and what I have available. And then I'm just adding in my water, very simple. So I also add in my concentrated broth. You can use whatever you can find, but I'll show you guys the brand that I use. And that way, if you wanted to buy it, you could. It's at Costco, so it's very easy to find. But you can use whatever you have, or the Bouillon cubes, you can just use those in the soup. It's just going to make it taste so much better by having that in there. And then, yeah, I eyeball all my seasonings. So I suggest putting in, not too much to start, and then cook it, and then just give it a taste. And if it needs a little bit more, add a little bit more later. But I have a good idea just by eye of what I enjoy. So I'm using garlic powder, and then this garlic and herb salt-free seasoning that I get from Target. Well, I did before COVID, when I could actually cross the border. And luckily I stock up on it because I've had enough, and I still have extra that I can use for still another couple of months. And I really like that one from Target. It's got a really good flavor, and again, it's salt-free, so you're reducing your overall sodium, which is wonderful. And then if you want to just add a little bit of salt when you're eating, that's what I recommend instead of adding the salt right now, because you will just need just that tiny little sprinkle in your bowl versus putting so much in the big pot, and then you're just increasing the sodium, and you don't need to. Like, you really don't need to. So if I'm using fresh garlic for this recipe, then I sometimes add a little bit of chili flake to it as well and saute the garlic and the chili flake just to add some extra flavor, but I didn't do that this time. Going to set the pressure cooker for 10 minutes on the soup setting, and this is what it looks like after it's cooked down. And then I'm just going to use the blender just to get almost everything blended. I do leave a few chunks of potato because I kind of like that, but yeah, I'm just going to blend it up a bit, and this is the final product. So this soup did not take a very long time. I, had the frozen broccoli, which is a time saver and really good to have when, I'm in a pinch. I've got my potatoes already cooked, so fantastic. Just chop them up, throw them in. And then you saw it took 10 minutes in the Instapot and, like just the blending time, and that's it. And you've got a healthy meal. This is going to keep you really, really full for a long time, and you're pumping your body with so much nutrition. I just absolutely love broccoli soup. So if you're not a fan of broccoli, you could use cauliflower as a substitute. That will be really nice too. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. Please comment below if you're a new subscriber, and that way I can say hello, and I'll see you guys in the next video.